Good morning, folks. Welcome to my channel as we're reviewing the news, and there's a lot of it here today. I wanted to make this video. I didn't want an elongated video. I just wanted to give you a rundown on day one executive orders that President Trump did on opening day. This is again day one executive orders. Just to go down a list. Restoring names that honor American greatness, okay, which has to do with the government, designating cartels and other organizations that foreign terrorists organizations and special designated global terrorists as being bad. That's a good thing. The next one was reforming the federal hiring process and restoring merit to government service. Okay. And I'll get into each one of these probably in uh, individual videos. We have next one, ending racial and wasteful government, DEI programs, and referencing. Okay, that has to do with social. Next one is defending women from gender ideology and extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government. Establish and implement the President's Department of Government Efficiency. Okay. Reevaluating and realigning United States foreign aid. Pretty important. Apparently, we're spending a lot more money on outside things than other people are spending on their own things. Declaring a national energy emergency, which is going to allow more energy in America. Restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. Next item, securing our borders. Next item, we have protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. Has to do with immigration. Realigning the United States refugee admissions program. Has to do with immigration. This was a revoke of an executive order from 2021. Unleashing American energy. Revokes an executive order signed by Biden, revokes 12 executive orders actually on energy. Kind of surprised that our energy is so cheap in comparison to all the restrictions that we've had on it. Do you know everything that we wear, that we eat, everything that we do, our house, everything takes energy. And the bit of lowering, changing the energy of something that we don't yet have, and or attempting to use other sources of energy which actually have their own problems as well, makes our life harder and more costly. So we're going to be lowering the cost of energy, guys. Clarifying the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States, border security, holding former government officials accountable. Let me move on here. Withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization. Currently, we're spending $500 million being the number one supporter, and other countries spending a lot less. Gates being one Gates organization being one less than America. I mean, the graph was crazy, and everybody else only had a little bit. Yeah, we have plenty of insight as to health, right? This revokes Executive Order 13987 from January 25th, 2021. Folks, we're going to be saving billions and billions of dollars. Trillions are already starting to pour into America, lowering our burdens. Application of protecting Americans from foreign adversaries, Control Application Act to TikTok. That's a regulation, an application protecting Americans from foreign adversaries, Controlled Applications Act, meaning TikTok has possible security issues, and that's going into play. There's a 90-day respite on uh, disallowing TikTok and trying to work through this so we have control over the information. Next item is initial rescission of harmful executive orders and actions. This revokes 67 executive orders signed by Biden, all sorts. We can get into that. Again, this is just going over the list of things. I only have a few more. Restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. That's big. Communication, freedom of speech. Without that, we're screwed. Um, being afraid to talk, ending the weaponization of federal government. That's a big one. Putting America first in international environment agreements. Okay. Out of all that, pretty powerful stuff, guys. That was day one, and I'll go over each one. You know, as we talk about the restoring names that honor American greatness, it only makes sense. That's the Mount McKinley. The next one being designated cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorists. That sounds pretty good to keep terrorists out of our country. Certainly don't want them living next door. Reforming the federal hiring process and restoring merit to government service, meaning hiring based on what your capacity or capability of doing is, your studies, versus what you look like on TikTok. There are people that are more able to perform duties than others. Others are being hired because of mandates to hire certain types of people regardless of merit. So that's what that has to do with. Ending racial and radical, not racial, ending radical and wasteful government, DEI, programs and preferencing. Okay. And Biden administration for its illegal and immoral discrimination programs going by the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion into virtually all aspects of federal government. People have to be included regardless whether they did anything good or not. Just the fact that they're going to be included. It was rampant. It was everywhere. And again, I'll go over a video on that. Um, we have the defending of women from gender ideology. This was a big one. Extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government. This has to do with a male is a male, born a male is a male, born a female is a female. You can't be the other. It has something to do with males swimming in women's swim sports and winning and holding a trophy while the poor ladies were sitting there suffering unfairness. Why was it happening? How did it happen? We voted that in. I didn't vote that in. The country voted that in. And is it going to go back to that? We just got a real scare from it because it was pretty heavy duty stuff, guys. And we wanted the other way. You know, it's like pledge allegiance, be allegiant to this country. A lot of people don't want to be here, but they use it. Um, so we're defending women. That's social. Establishing and implementing the President's Departments of Government Efficiency. Are we wasting money? What have we received for the 36 trillion of debt we help people? 36 trillion? What have we generated? And how much is the debt costing us now? And how are we paying that down? You know, yeah, we utilize the monies to help, but aren't we supposed to pay that back? Reevaluating and realigning United States foreign aid. Overspending to help others, whether not helping anybody or not helping us. We need help here. We need to clear the homeless and the food crisis. We need to help people here with health care, education, how expensive education, how expensive food is, right? There's a lot of people watching this program that that could use help in regards of lower costs, but not taking their ability away of producing. See? Um, Declaring a national energy emergency, that's a fantastic thing. Um, Understanding that again with AI, hopefully we're going to eliminate fossil fuel energy, and we're going to have other forms of energy, which there is energy in the air. There's energy all around us. We just have to harbor it and use it, collect it. Um, so that's going to happen. That and uh, uh, resolving disease. There's more disease now with all the medicines that we have. More disease today than there was before. Well, people say, well, there's more people. There's more types of disease. They still say this because there's more people. But there's also more harm in the drugs given than the diseases themselves. That doesn't make sense. It also seems as though food and drug and pharmaceuticals are kind of hand in hand because the food makes you sick and the pharmacies keep you alive. It seems like they're good friends, and that's going to be separated. Um, Restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. Is it going to be right for somebody to walk into a Walgreens and rob them and walk out for under $1,000 and be caught and released? I don't think so. That costs me more. Securing the borders, proper entry. Who are you? What are you doing? How can we help you? Not climbing over the bridges and rivers and everything. It's nuts. Um, Protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship, realigning the United States refugee admissions program, you know, unleashing American energy. How important. Okay, and clarifying military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States and holding former government officials accountable for, what they're doing. Withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization. I didn't realize how much it was costing for what we were getting. There was a mishandling of the COVID bit, you know. Here we have a World Health Organization, and it's still allowed that epidemic. Application of protecting Americans from foreign adversaries, Controlled Applications Act that has to do with TikTok. Um, Initial rescissions of harmful executive orders and actions. That has to do with 67 executive orders that Biden put into place that was really not helping us. Restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. Didn't even realize it was upon us until things were being banned. You couldn't say anything or you were getting censored everywhere. Freedom of speech, folks, is one of the most important aspects of America. It's an open forum. Harmful things can be dealt with. And it's not nice to hurt other feelings. Again, in respect as to your opinion on a general basis, not to harm people individually or specifically, but to be able to talk about your thoughts on things, in my opinion. Restoring freedom of speech, just went over that. Ending weaponization of federal government, especially on someone who's running against you. Does that even make sense? You have the power to tell certain agencies to go after somebody because they're your adversary or they're going up against you. That's almost that's unheard of. Anyhow, it happened. Putting America first, internationally and environmental agreements. Yeah, America getting our power back. All right, guys, that's the list, the current list of all his day one executive orders. Okay, and you like the information? I'll be having more videos on the individuals to explain further of these executive orders. And thank you for watching. Remember to sign up and hit that bell for future videos. Thank you so much.